how do you know which counter or space you want to attack first? The one that's attacking you, right? The one that you walk into and you're like, oh my gosh, and you just go, I don't see you. And you just go elsewhere. Or it's the one that's making you get really cranky with your family, right? I came home the other day and it was so one of those moments. I know you can probably relate to me, but when you're patient as a mom, now this is my story, so you're hearing it from me. But I feel like, especially my type 3 personality, I'm a go, and I feel like I'm super patient with teenagers and 8-year-old that, they just throw things wherever they go. And I keep saying, honey, would you mind? And I really do say things like that. Sweetheart, would you please? Honey, I'd so appreciate. You know what? I really love when I literally do this. This is how I speak to my children. Okay. So after weeks and months, when they're not doing it, you know what I feel like? That's how I feel. So I came upstairs and I had already set out dinner and we had it on the counter and everything. Well, the last person to eat, the rule is they put it away. So I came in from picking up and running and blah, 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 came home, walked in the door and it still wasn't picked up. And I just have to tell you, those moments where you're like, I'm done. And I was like, oh my gosh, who was the last person to eat at the counter, right? Blah. And my daughter comes to the top of the stairs and I'm like, sweetheart, in the 3-4 hours that you were home, I love you, but could you not have done the counter? I mean, I was really upset. This is me upset. Years ago, it was really upset. This was me upset now. She knew I was upset. Her eyes like big as saucers. And then I'm not kidding. And I start cleaning stuff up and she's going to come down and help me, but I'm starting to clean up and because I got stuff to bring in to put on the counter. And then she stops at the top of the stairs. She said, I got a surprise for you upstairs. She had made my bed and put a little sticky note because she had been a pill this morning, first off. And I was like, I did nice things for you. So it was hysterical. The one time that you're like, that's enough. And then your children do something loving and kind and you're like, okay, sorry. Anyway, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful moment. So whatever space it is, that is the one for me, the thing that I like, the one that is driving me the most crazy, because that's where I'm going to notice the success the most. So for a while, it was the front entry where everyone was throwing shoes and backpacks and things like that. So then we changed it. We got an IKEA stand that looked really pretty, but only held so many shoes. And then at first I was really good at the end of the day or the end of the week, I said, you only get one pair of shoes to stay up here. Anything else is $1 a pair. So I was really good at the beginning of that. And now we're in a general good thing. We kind of go ebb and flow, it goes really good. And then sometimes it's like a disaster and then it's good. But I started with that because that's the thing. When I walked in the door first, that's what I saw. And that's what made me a little bit cranky. Some other people, it's a kitchen counter. Like that's when I did that for Studio 5. It was that kitchen counter that drove me nuts and it was the resting place for everything. Now my kitchen counter is great. It is generally just great all the time. So I would go maybe start with the one that is the hardest for you. I love this from Taryn. Sometimes I start with the easy surface. Other times I start with the one that's making me the craziest. And that's a great point, especially if you don't have a lot of time. Starting with the easiest gives you an easy win, right? You're like, I did this today. I organized that counter today. Yeah. And there was like 4 things on it. It's fine. But even a drawer. I remember years ago, a friend of mine saying she always does 5 things when she's talking on the phone. She goes into a drawer and she takes out 5 things that don't belong, throws them away or whatever she needs to do, and then walks away. Just 5 things at a time. I love that. And that was so great. I still remember it to this day.
Thanks for watching. As always, hit that like button, click on that bell to get some future videos right into your inbox. And if you want all the other goodies like podcasts, best-selling books, results-getting programs, and all that jazz, then go to ConnieSokol.com. I got lots of goodies there for you. And if you want to connect on social media, I'm on all platforms, so join me there because I want to connect with you right now and help you step into your purpose-filled life.